Welcome back. So it's time now to do a quick check on the arts, entertainment to be precise, as we have a very interesting chat, hopefully, of course, definitely, with one of Nollywood's glamorous actresses. Let's talk with Victoria Nwogu. Thank God I got that right. Hi, Victoria.
Hi.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you for having me.
How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Yes, apparently.
I don't think you're shy. Why are you acting shy?
Sometimes.
Okay, so Victoria, let's start with your story, your journey, and of course, in that space, maybe you want to also talk to us about the movie that got you your big break.
So, my story started from Port Harcourt, because I grew up in Port Harcourt.
Oh, you're Port Harcourt girl.
Yes.
Something in common with
I grew up in Port Harcourt.
Oh, you
Where
too?
did you grow up in Port Harcourt?
Ada George.
Ada George, okay. I've lived in many places.
Yeah, same here.
Woji, Diobu, D-Line.
You're a Port Harcourt boy.
Ada George area, my mom lives around there.
Oh,
She in
that's
that
nice.
area. So.
My mom lives in that
Okay, so I'm lost
Yeah,
now.
but sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry, I just went to the city up here, to Garden
Yeah,
City.
just a little bit.
I've even lived in town, but go ahead.
Oh, okay. So, growing up in Port Harcourt, you know, I had all my education in Port Harcourt, and so then I used to go for auditions, but auditions were not in Port Harcourt, so I would travel from school to Lagos for these auditions, and I would always put a friend's address, you know, but when I get callbacks, I'm never really free to, you know, travel back to Lagos to be in these films. I remember getting a callback for the audition. It was then Mnet's short film, the audition, yes, and I cried so much because I couldn't leave schoolwork, you know, and I've always wanted to be an actress because anybody who knows me for long knows that I've always wanted to be an actress. From primary school, I would always lead drama club. I would lead dancing, girls' guide, and then I went into secondary school. In fact, everyone was sure that I was going to be social prefect because I love entertainment and the arts. Yes. So I said, okay, so why not? Let me do this professionally. And my mom used to really frown at it, but now she's becoming a little bit flexible, you know, with it. Yeah. So. Fast forward to 2017, when my first film aired, the screenplay. I thought I'd arrived. But flesh and blood did not reveal it to me, that I still had a journey. So it was after that film that I realized that, okay, building a career is just like growing. You know, when they give birth to you, you have to crawl, then after crawling you walk. So I started to build character, you know, then I went on to do different other films, you know, worked with amazing artistic filmmakers, you know, down the line. Yeah, I've done a couple for rock. There's the recent one that I did, Ijawele, with the late iconic Onyeka Onwenu. God bless her soul. May her soul continue to rest in peace. And with Jide Kene Achufisi, it's titled Ijawele. I can't say much about it now because it's not out, but fingers crossed. Yes, so I'm very, very, very excited about that one, and I can't wait for people to get to see it.
You mentioned school. What school?
Uniport.
Unique Uniport.
Unique Uniport.
Okay, so, but now you're in Lagos full-time?
Yes, full-time. I served in Lagos as an eco-copper.
Oh, you found your way in Lagos?
Yeah, I had to. I prayed to God. I said, God, you know, when my mom, while she was working with DPR, I used to pray, God, please let them transfer her to Lagos. I really need to be in Lagos. And then when I used to audition for those roles, I was tiny. And in my head, I thought I was big. So there were no roles for tiny teenagers.
Oh, really?
Like that. No many roles,
okay.
You know.
So how have you found the Lagos space since being here? Yeah.
Very interesting. Like, it matches my energy. I like Lagos. It's very agile, very artistic. You know, in Lagos is so fascinating because in Lagos, you would see people who are food photographers. That you don't get to see in many states.
Many places, yeah.
Yeah, the opportunities are endless here. You have a lot of opportunities, you know. So I like it in Lagos.
So talking about roles, people have their preferences. I know people who don't like to die in movies, yes. I know people who don't like raunchy scenes. I know people don't like different things. For you, so how far can you go? And what are the deal breakers, no matter what is on the table in terms of the money that's in, I ain't doing it.
Going naked and also maybe lying in a casket. I'm not sure, but I can't really rule anything out like that now. But going naked, I'm not sure.
So what are the ones that you are really interested in? So we've talked about the ones that it's a no-go area. The ones you really want to do.
So for story, I love storytelling.
You're doing and want to do, by the way.
Want to do, yeah. So story is king in everything. So if you have just like 12 years a slave, Lupita had to, being a slave, you have to, get ready to be stripped, and all that. So I liked it because it was going somewhere with that storyline. They were telling a story about slavery. So I love movies that people can watch and heal from it, and also know that we also struggle. We all know that we are all flawed because we're human beings. So when I want to tell more psychologically challenging roles, something that I know that storytelling may not necessarily change the world, but at least it can make the world know that you can advance, and people can be redeemed. The media is a very powerful tool. Film is very powerful. A 1-minute clip, you can shoot a film in Lagos, Nigeria, or in Imo State, and someone who is in Australia or Canada will watch and get something out of it, and it can change a perspective. So that's why I love storytelling. I can't really rule out anything, but I want to do more challenging roles, more psychological roles, things that can make me show my acting, my range, things that people can watch and be healed and be inspired. That's basically what I love.
Speaking of more psychologically challenging role, it could be said of your movie, although you don't want to talk much about it, Ijawele. Yes. The storyline is quite profound about, the challenge of the girl child. How challenging is it to be a producer if you could just dance around the edges of the film? Because you talked about building character in the industry. It takes a lot of time, like a growing child.
Yes. So with Ijawele, we needed to tell the story for the girl child. And I remember Madam Onyeka, in one of her videos, she said when she saw the script, she knew that this was something that she needed to do. Because when she was director, she had a public office. They had some advocacy programs that supported the girl child. So we needed to tell that story because a lot of girls are facing, oh, okay, that's me. Oh, no, you're trying to get me to say this. I can't really say much, but a lot of females are struggling, which is why we can't stop telling these struggle stories about the girl child. And I do the same with my foundation, the Victoria Nwogu Outreach. I advocate for sanitary pads to at least be made free, like condoms, or for the government to at least subsidize it. It's too expensive. Even the average Nigerian female is complaining. It's not a luxury. I mean, every woman wishes she could say, Alexa, can you postpone my period for 5 years?
God forbid.
God forbid. At least come back in between so we know you're still here. But it's not a luxury. It's not something that people like. So I try to share sanitary pads to women and girls in schools, in the market, because a lot of those people are using tissue papers, and these things are not very good for the female reproductive systems. We get. So we need the government to, look into the girl child, look into these sanitary pads. I've been talking about it. I'm not going to stop because it is too expensive.
It's now 1,000 naira.
Even more than 1,000 on the island.
That is not fair.
On the island, it's more than 1,000. And because of stress level, some females, we can see period twice in a month. And how many pads do you use? Sometimes you can use up to 3 pads. Is that even nice? It's not fair. I mean, sometime in 2020, Scotland made their sanitary products free. So I'm just hoping the government can do that.
So are we telling enough story? Let's stay with the issue of the woman and the female and the girls especially on this. Are we telling enough story to get the attention of the authorities to see that whatever reforms you're looking at, this is an aspect that you have been ignoring? You need to do something. From the movie industry,
yes,
are we telling enough story?
Yes, we are. But the problem now is the government, are they really watching? Do they really like what we're doing? We want to be sure that they like what we're doing, that they see us, because Nollywood has gone global. We have streaming platforms here. In fact, we have some of our movies doing #1 on globally in these international streaming platforms. You know, so we have Afrobeats too have gone global. In fact, the foreign entertainers, if you want to trend on social media, just use a Nigerian song in your reel or make a reference to something Nigerian. All Nigerians will put their flag.
Okay.
So we need the government. We want them to know. We want to know that they are seeing us.
They are seeing you. Whether they are hearing is a different thing. Curse them, whether they won't come for you. So they are seeing you, absolutely. Bukola.
All right. We want to thank you so much. We have more questions, but we must anchor at this point. And thank you for your time. Wish you the very best. I'm looking forward to that movie, Ijawele. Yes, it's a profound story. And we wish you, more success in your career exploits.
My Port Harcourt sister, by the way. Shout out to PH City.
Yeah. I'm from Imo State. But I grew up in
Why are you denying me just
No. I'm Port Harcourt girl, but I come from Imo State.
That is acceptable.
In case my state governor.
All right, Victoria, the pretty Victoria Nwogu has been our guest today. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
We'll take a break now. When we return, we have more for you. Don't go away. We'll be right back.